Yo! Welcome to the Vibe Provider Podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin Friel, and welcome back to another episode. We're just hanging and yapping, and if you're new here, thanks for listening. It's this podcast is not that serious, so but before we get into today's topic, we always talk about life update, current hyperfixations. Sometimes we talk about what I saw on social media this week. And sometimes it turns into the topic, and that's what kind of happened to today's episode. But before we get into the topic, we'll do life update. And I've been busy. I have been busy. RIP to the dog mom car. Your girl was driving a 2004 Honda Pilot. It was paid off. It was perfect. I loved it. It was fairly cheap to fix up until its final days. So, I loved that car. Honestly, I felt really sad about it not being my car anymore. Like, it's dead. It's gone. It has died. And it was so perfect, and I could have driven it till forever. I loved it so much. The reason why it was the perfect dog mom car is all the seats lay down flat. And so Bern and Pete literally had all the room behind the driver and passenger, like all to themselves. They would put their head out the windows and we'd take that car camping. It like went everywhere. And I'm just like devastated. And I do not want car payment. But yeah, it died. And actually, we might be buying my dad's friend's car. And they're the type of people that when their car reaches like 150, they're like, oh, gotta get a new car. And then that could not be me. That's when I typically start my car, is at 150, 150,000 miles. So that's like, wow, new to me car, love it. Like has no miles on it. Because my Honda Pilot had 270,000 miles. I literally thought we were going to get to 300. I was like, we are there. We're going to get there. But we didn't. And that's okay. Anyways, so we're planning on buying my dad's friend's car. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not for sure. It's not 100%, but we have a plan. But until then, I needed something to drive around, and my nephew Nui is going to be getting his license soon, and he'll need a car. And I was like, hey Nui, how do you feel about this 2003 Subaru Outback? And he was like, love it. So we bought a car to get around in hopes that Nui will want to buy it from us. And if he doesn't, it's literally no big deal. We'll just sell it on KSL Facebook Marketplace or something. Anyways, so we found this Subaru Outback 2003. It only had 97,000 miles. So I was like, wow, brand new pretty much. But it was in like really great condition. The people took care of it. It was actually like a friend of ours knew the people. So it was kind of like it didn't feel scary to buy, because my number one thing was like, I do not want to get scammed. I do not want to buy a car and have to put like $1 million into it. So me and Claude were scared, but we found the Subaru. We got it. It's kind of small, but it's okay. And then hopefully my nephew will take it over and we can get the car we were planning on. And if not, we'll just go with the flow. Anyways, so that was kind of crazy. I was not expecting to tell you that my dog mom car died, and it did, and I've been a little bit sad, but we are a-okay. But I've been busy. I've been doing some photos. We did some family photos and some senior photos, and they both turned out so great. And I've just been editing and getting those sent off to the clients. But we have a pretty fun week for the 4th of July. You'll be listening to this after the 4th of July, so who knows how the 4th of July really goes down. But our plan is to go boating with my cousin, and actually my brother and his family will be coming along too. We're having some family fun things this weekend. We're having some family fun things going on this weekend, so my brother and his family are coming up. And so my cousin invited them to come boating with us, and we'll just make a picnic and bring it along. They have all the fun things: wakeboard, surfboard, a hot dog, and a tube. So we will be doing all the fun water activities. I'll miss the dogs though. They'll have to stay home, unfortunately, but we'll make it home to them before fireworks. So that's 4th of July. And then the next day, we are celebrating my grandpa's 90th birthday, so that's kind of crazy. And we're just doing like something kind of small for that. It's not gonna be too crazy, I don't think. And then I have a niece getting baptized on Saturday. So we have just a whole weekend of things going. Um, and then then Monday, I drive to Washington with my parents and we kind of start our family reunion. It's just going to be me, my brothers, their spouses, and my nieces and nephews. And it's going to be chill. Some things that we have planned for like our family reunion is the nieces and nephews want to go berry picking. And then we're going to hit Bellingham Bay and look at tide pools. And then I think there's like a water park in Canada that we're going to go to. My parents live like right on the border of Canada and Washington. So we kind of hop over there more than you'd think. And then we're just going to chill. The cousins are going to play because we've had some nieces and nephews live on the East Coast and we don't see them as much. So I think it's so important that the cousins get reunited and play. I think the main thing is just like making sure the kids are just having the best time. You know, core memories of spending summers together. Like, I just want that for them. So hopefully everyone has a good time and everyone feels included. I am the feelings police. So I will be making sure everyone's feeling included and being nice. There's never been really any problems I don't think of. So I hope it's gonna be the best summer of their lives. Oh, it's just so fun to think of them having like making core memories. Ooh, this is so cute. Okay, so that's all next week. I'm excited. You know me, I'll report back. I'll tell you all the things. And then lastly, I got 2 new swing chairs. I have an outdoor like swing. It's like patio furniture, but it's inside my house because I love it so much. I thought if it's outside, I won't sit in it as much as if it were inside. So I put it inside. And then they went on sale and I was like, oh my gosh, I need 2 for outside. So if we use like the Blackstone or the Traeger, we could like sit out there while things cook. So I'm excited. I'm excited to swing in my swing chair outside. And like just chill with the dogs in the back. So they got delivered today, right before I started filming this, actually. And then once I'm done with this, I'm about to go crack them open and set them up and see what they're looking like. Okay, but moving on to current hyperfixation. I think I am... Oh, no, not think. I know. I am hyperfixated on Bagu's fall launch. They released like some sneak peeks and boy did they pop off. They really said, let me do this for you. Like, let me make all your favorite bags. And I was like, okay. So they had like checker print. They had a royal blue. And if you know me, I said, if they're going to come out with a royal blue, I'd be buying. So gotta stick to my word. So I'm going to be saving my money. And I will be purchasing way more than usual on a launch. Normally I just get like one thing, but like I'm going to need a few things. So I'm going to save my monies and I'm going to be purchasing from the fall launch. So I be thinking about that launch because it was so good. Like so good. I guess some other things I've been kind of hyperfixated on is just like having fun this summer. I've been really wanting to go camping. So me and my niece Kaylee, we've been talking about going camping, and so we actually need to plan that. So after I put my chairs up that I just told you I was gonna do, I'm gonna call my niece Kaylee and I'm gonna like get some camping planned on the books because summer always ends before we know it. Guys, it's already July. Like, we are slacking. Actually, I'm not going to say that for all of us. I'm going to say that for me a little bit. And I hope you're killing it. I hope you're slaying summer. And if you're not, get your life together. We need to have fun. Unless you're just waiting for fall. Like, I get that. If you're just waiting for Halloween and spooky time and, like, spiced everything, like, I get that. But your girl just loves summer. Summer is my favorite. So I just want to go camping. But then I'm going to sleep on the hard ground. I'm going to be like, what am I doing? I can't sleep. But we'll just see what happens when we get there, okay? Okay, just moving on though. Okay, so sometimes I share about what I see on social media, LOL, and then I tell you. One thing I saw on social media is like, have you guys seen like some like blank blindness, like eyebrow blindness, and then people are like, "Oh my gosh, I had eyebrow blindness," and they show you like their brows before, and you're like, "How? How could you have let it get that bad?" And then realize it, and then like now your eyebrows are great. Okay, so that makes me LOL. But there's this other thing I've been seeing, and people will be like, "Oh, someone said I have eyebrow blindness." And there's this filter on TikTok, and it's called the perfect eyebrow filter, and it like maps out where your brows should be by like mapping it out on your face, like seeing like where your nose is and like where your brows should start and where they should end and how thick they should be. And it's like pretty on point. And these people will be like, they think it won't look any better. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to look so crazy. And literally, they never do. It always looks 100% better. And they're always like, oh, it doesn't even look better. And then you run to the comments and everyone's like, no, sis, it looks so much better. Like you had eyebrow blindness. Anyways, so that'd be making me LOL just because like people, like brows are so important. I love, like, I should do it to me actually, but maybe I'll be sad because maybe I have eyebrow blindness, but let's hope that I don't. Oh, maybe I should do it. Now I'm worried. Anyways, it's just funny. They always think that like, oh, this does not look better. And then everyone is like, girl, sis, girly pop. It looks so much better. Like, do not go back to the old brows. And literally every time I agree, I'm like, yeah, your brows look 1000% better than what they were looking like. Oh man. I do need to like I need to like dye my eyebrows. I wish I had thicker eyebrows, but I don't. So it'd be like that for me. Um okay. Oh guys, I've been on Sonic TikTok. I've been on Sonic TikTok, and boy, they put a lot of nerds in those slushes. So, and they only do like one pump of syrup and then they fill it up with slush. And I'm like, how much punch is in that one pump? Like, one pump and the whole thing's gonna taste like grape? That's wild. Anyways, so I've been on Sonic TikTok, and it's just the drinks. It's like the drinks and the slushes I love. But it got me in the mood to go get a Sonic drink. And I like never go to Sonic because I live in Utah, you know? So I went to Sonic. I ordered a strawberry limeade, 44 ounce, because I was like, I need a fun drink and I want this to last me forever. And I ordered on the app, and I press easy ice, because if you know Sonic, they're going to put ice to the top and you're going to have like no drink. And I knew that. So I was like, easy ice, which is normally not like me. If you know me, I'm like, give me all the ice. But I know their easy ice is like the amount of ice I really want. So I go pick it up and I like feel it. It's like full of ice. And I'm like, ah, oh, lame. But it's whatever. Like, it'd be like that sometimes. It's not that serious, you know? Just a drink. And I take your drink. And guys, it literally just tasted like Sprite. I was so sad. I really was so... I've been on Sonic TikTok for days. And I was so looking forward to the drink just hitting. I wanted it to be so limey, and I love those strawberry chunks. And no, I lifted up the lid because normally it's like a pinkish drink. There was like barely any strawberries, and there were some limes in there, but it literally just tasted like Sprite. And I remember the limeades being like literally so flavorful, like so limey. What happened? Does anyone work at Sonic that could just tell me like, yeah, dude, we changed it to Sprite, we put some limes in there and a couple strawberries, and we call it limeade? Guys, I was like so sad. I've been like, look, I'm still bothered, and it's the next day. I want to go back and not order it on the app and order it through the drive-thru so they don't have time to forget that it's easy ice. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll report back next week. Like, I'll go get another limeade and I'll say, yeah, it tasted like Sprite, or no, I just got a bad batch, you know? But anyways, but Sonic came out with new drinks. Let me tell you about them, actually. Let me tell you, because I want us all to be getting some fun drinks. Oh, here we go. New summer items on the Sonic app. I literally want to try all of them. Paradise Sunset. It's like blood orange and strawberries. There's a rainbow slush, a grape escape, a twisted flamingo, a lemonade cream cooler. I thought if I clicked on it, it would like show me. Oh, here we go. Twisted flamingo, a refreshing twist of lemon, lime, cherry, vanilla, and sweet cream. That sounded pretty good. Paradise Sunset, a bubbly drink with a citrusy burst of blood orange and real strawberries that whisks you away to paradise. Rainbow Slush, a rainbow-inspired slush with blue raspberry, real strawberries, and lemonade that's colorful as it is delicious. A lemonade cream cooler, a tangy lemonade slush blended with sweet, creamy, soft serve. Oh, Grape Escape, a bubbly mix of grape and lime that creates the perfect flavor escape. And then they have some other things too, but maybe I'll share this. Maybe I'll share this post on Friday when this comes out, and then you can go get something and try it from Sonic and report back. I'm going to try the next thing I'm going to try is the Paradise Sunset. That was the citrusy burst one with strawberries. That's what I'm going to try. And I'm going to try another strawberry limeade and see, like, is it just Sprite? Is it just Sprite with limes and strawberries? Guys, I'm telling you, it used to be so limey and so awesome. But maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. But anyways, that's enough of Sonic talk. Okay, this next thing I saw on social media is what got me thinking about the topic. And the topic is when your ex moves on. This guy was on a podcast talking about his ex-girlfriend and saying she was the best girlfriend ever and that he'd love to get her back, and that they were talking like on and off for a month or so. But then he saw her with another guy and he said he physically got sick. Like he literally went to the bathroom to throw up. And the guys on the podcast, they were all Australian and they had the cutest accents, but that's besides the point. But so there was other two guys and they're like, oh my gosh, like we've all been there where like someone moves on, you're like, you haven't moved on, you're physically ill about it. And they just seem to be like A-okay. But like so many things could happen. Maybe she left him. Maybe they like mutually agreed that like they weren't feeling it anymore, or like, anyway, there's a million reasons why they could have broken up. He could have been the worst. She could have been the worst. I don't know. Well, actually, no, we know she wasn't the worst because he said she was the best girlfriend ever. But anyways, it got me thinking about when you feel like, I don't know, left behind, you break up and you think like you're both going to be hurting, but then like the next person is just like on to the next and you're like, what? I will say I have been on both sides where I've been in a relationship, we break up, they move on quick. I've been in a relationship where we broke up and I found Kala and we got married. So been there, been on both sides. But today I'm sharing the time when we broke up and they moved on faster. So I just felt for the guy when I saw that clip and I was like, ooh, I've been on both sides. I'm assuming that things ended mutually, like we're good. Honestly, I feel like it must have been good if he felt like they had a chance of getting back together. So I'm hoping that like he just wasn't the worst guy. I'm going to share my story. And guys, it's not that serious. I was literally in high school. It's not that crazy. But I was like, oh, this would be like a fun way to like to do some storytelling. And remember, this is only my side of the story. Um, we're not getting the whole picture, you know what I mean? Like, let's just remember it's not that crazy, not that serious. But I had this summer fling, and I feel like it turned into like us being boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh, and by the way, I have a terrible memory. I literally can't even tell you really what our first date was. So just know I'm doing my best. And me and this person are friends to this day. So let's just keep that in mind. We are a-okay. Um, it's been a really, really, really long time. But so this person and I were dating, and honestly, we were both delusional to think that it was gonna work because I was moving across the country and he was going to college. So tell me why we started dating that summer before we both like left and started whole new lives. I don't know. I was delusional. Um anyways, at the end of summer when like I was moving and he was going to college, we were like tried to be like, okay, like have a great life, and we were literally hysterical, or just me. I can't remember. I remember being hysterical. And I tried. Oh, I forgot about this part. Do I just add it in, or do I just like be not the villain? I guess I was kind of the villain. Anyways, we like tried to like be like, okay, here we go, our separate ways. Bye, have a good life. And I was so literally so sad about it. So sad. And I tried to go like hang out with another guy and be like, maybe I'll just get over it. And that was terrible. This was before our iPhones, or like these were when iPad touches were like getting real popular. I go drive to this guy's house. I meet him at like a summer camp, and then oh my gosh, I am the villain. I'm literally the worst. Oh no, I literally forgot about this until like I'm on the podcast. Like I did not write this part down. I have a little sheet because ADHD be ADHD. Anyways, back to the story. So he goes to college. I'm so sad. Actually, am I that sad? Because I'm literally terrible and I'm going to go hang out with another guy right after we break up. So yeah, I am the villain. Anyways, so I go to this guy's house. He lives like 2-3 hours away. And this is like before this is before iPhones, smartphones, like smartphones were not common. So you have to get on like MapQuest and like figure out your directions, print it off. Anyways, so I get to this guy's house and it is not it. He is not it. I repeat, he is not it. We were sitting on his couch and he was like, should we go walk around the mall? And I'm like, you're kidding. You are kidding. And then he tried to like give me a Live Strong bracelet and I was like, for why? Anyways. Oh my gosh, I have so much to this story, guys. I'm so sorry. This was not planned. We're going to be going on a lot of tangents, but I will make it back. So I get into my car and I'm like, actually, I have to go home. And I get in my car and I start crying because I literally am like, no one's ever going to be as good as this guy I just dated. And obviously, whatever. So I start to like just drive away. I have no idea where I'm going. Where did those directions go? I don't know. They got me there. Could have they got me home? I don't know. I get to like a landmark that I'm familiar with and I park my car and I'm crying my eyes out and I'm like, how the heck am I going to get home? I have no money, by the way, and in Ohio you have to pay tolls. I call my friend Brent and I'm like, Brent, I am like near Cleveland, Ohio, and I don't know how to get home, and this is where I'm at. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. He comes and rescues me. And he gets there. I'm literally a wreck. I've been sitting in my car the whole time while he's been driving there. And I don't have a smartphone, so I just be in my feelings, I guess. Anyways, he gets there. He literally, I can't get in his car because I have to get my car home. So anyways, he literally drove all the way there to help me drive all the way back, like just to drive in front of me. Anyways, and he had to pay for my tolls behind him, so he was just like paying for his toll and my toll every time we had to stop. Literally a gem. Brent is married and has kids. Like, he found his person. So we love Brent. Brent, if you're out there, what a guy. Okay, so I don't know where I'm going to go from there because that was a tangent. But so I like try to move on, whatever. But I guess he was sad too and was like, let's make this work. And I was like, yes, let's make it work. We are gonna do long distance. It's so stupid. If you're doing long distance, like some people can just do it. Some people are built for it. They're built different. But me and this other guy, not built for it. For a little bit we were. But anyways, things were going good. He was in college. I ended up moving. We were having very different experiences. He was meeting so many new people and like thriving and loving college. And I was like, oh, I just wish I was at home with all my friends. Like I'm in this new place, this new high school. I'm not meeting very many people. So we were having very different experiences. I can't really remember like if I confided in him and like told him I was having a not great time, or if like we were just like, I don't remember this relationship being very that deep. Like I don't remember talking about anything so crazy. Like it was, looking back, I'm like, what was I wrecked about? Anyways, but you just start seeing like the other person like thriving and doing so well, and like I guess I must have been feeling like insecure, or like maybe I was holding him back from like having the best college experience. And I don't know if that was like a crutch or like I was using that. I don't know. Anyways, so it was Thanksgiving break and I must have been feeling like off about it all. And I remember being crazy. I remember look back and think I handled everything all wrong. And but I was also like 16, 17 years old. And it was like my first real relationship. So, but I do look back and be like, I will never let my kids act like that. Like I am embarrassed about how I acted. Anyways, so we broke up over the phone. And I was devastated. Devastated. And I remember saying the most stupid stuff like, I regret all of this. Da, 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 da. Like, girl, shut your trap. Like, you're fine. You're gonna get over it. It's gonna be a-okay. So I was like absolutely wrecked, absolutely devastated, and he finds someone else. Like, I can't remember how quick, how far along after, but it felt pretty quick. It was just like, I feel like eye-opening. I remember feeling like, wow, I can be replaced so fast. Like, I must have not been like that important. I must have not been like special. I hate saying that just because it's like everyone is so unique, so great, so special. I felt generic, I guess, that like, oh, I can just be replaced. You can find someone better so quickly. And that like you're fine, that you can move on and find like another relationship. And then I was like, wow, I'm like wrecked about this. I'm not gonna be over this for a minute. And I remember driving home from Thanksgiving and I was listening to the script and I was listening on break even, like on repeat. And my mom was like, enough already. We were driving home from my grandma's house and it was like, honestly, like an 8 or 10 hour drive. And I was listening to that song over and over and over. This is so embarrassing. I shouldn't be telling the world this. Like, anyone could listen to this and be like, wow, this girl is embarrassing. And honestly, valid. But that's just how I felt in the moment. I was like, well, obviously, like on the drive home, he like hadn't had a girlfriend because we had literally just broken up. But it wasn't that long after that, like he was dating someone else. And I was like, whoa, dude, I'm literally still feeling the feelings. And you're like dating someone new. And like when you date someone new, that's like fun and exciting and butterflies. And anyways, that was like my experience. That was like similar to the guy in the TikTok video where he said like he saw them with like someone new and like he literally felt ill. I don't remember like I just remember feeling crushed, I guess. And like I said, I have been on both sides. I'm a villain in someone's story for sure. But I thought of that story. I wanted to share it. I do love a good story time. I hope we could LOL at that story, and that if you are in like that same situation where like the other person is moving on, you're gonna be good. Just take care of yourself and your mental health and validate your feelings, but also know that like there is so much life out there to live and to experience and to meet new people. It's so exciting. I love to hear when my friends are in new relationships or when they start talking to someone new and are interested. It's all so fun. But yeah, breakups can be so devastating and can physically hurt. But I hope my story could make us giggle a little bit. And gosh, I learned so much from it. I was so young. I look back now and I'm like, ooh, do I let my 16-year-olds like actually get in relationships, or do we just like keep it fun and flirty? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, we got over it eventually, and we met some way cool people. I went to college myself and had relationships and met people, and I ended up meeting my husband Claw, the perfect person to spend life with. So you really do find the person that you're meant for. And that's so exciting. And so if you're going through a breakup, if your ex moved on and it's killing you inside, just remember, like, with time you'll heal. And I hope that we could make this topic a little bit lighter with our stories, and that maybe he'll get that girl back. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll meet someone even better or more perfect for him. Or maybe he did miss out on his dream girl and now he has to settle. We don't know. Anyways, thanks for listening to my podcast. I appreciate you all. And it really means so much for you guys to download and listen. I hope you all had a fun 4th of July. And I can't wait to chat with you guys next week. See ya.